Here on CBS 12 News this morning, you're used to seeing Matt and I at the anchor desk. But when we're not on TV, we're working at our desks here in the newsroom. And it's a newsroom that's getting busy again as everyone returns to the building full time.
And you know, working in the office is something that a lot of people are still getting used to, especially after 2 years of working from home. It can be a little stressful.
But these days, there are tools to help you manage those feelings available right at your fingertips. Mental health apps like Calm, Headspace, MoodFit, and Simple Habit are becoming increasingly popular. But do they actually help? Well, I went straight to an expert to find out.
For tonight's sleep story, we travel to the south of France.
From sleep stories to guided meditation.
Welcome to the Daily Calm. Let's start today's session by finding a comfortable position.
There are several tools for managing stress most mental health apps have in common. And according to licensed psychotherapist Kristen Bomas, they can all make a difference.
They all work. They do. They absolutely do. In fact, there's more harm in not trying because the fear stays alive.
Kristen says the anxiety many people are feeling about transitioning back to the office environment is normal. And the first thing to do is accept those feelings.
Life is vague. Work is structured. And so that's the difficulty. But if you can get used to that, you really do separate out work and life.
It might take some time and you might need some help, but the starting point may be easier than you think. I downloaded these apps. Every single one told me to take a deep breath. It helped me calm down. You know, I wasn't necessarily stressed in the moment, but I was like, oh, okay, I feel better. Are we just forgetting to breathe?
Yes, we are. We are breathing so unconsciously, and we're just letting our body breathe as it has to. But conscious breathing, when we become aware of our breath, it is by far the most healing modality.
Breathing in, breathing out.
Stick with it, and now you're meditating.
Some of them will lead up to full meditation, some keep it short and sweet, which a lot of people need.
It might not be for everyone, but Kristen says meditation is proven to calm your mind. Even just a 1-minute meditation sitting at your desk can help clear out anxious thoughts.
So you start to think on your own more, which is really important when we talk about fear, which is at the basis of stress and anxiety.
Another way to clear your mind, dump your thoughts into a journal. Some of these apps have space for journaling, or you can just use old-fashioned pen and paper. My favorite, though, was the gratitude journal I found on MoodFit. It's also one of Kristen's recommendations for starting your day right.
I always tell people, once you get rid of all of this space that's been taken up with all of this, you have room for something more to come in. And I tell them, fill it with gratitude.
And how you end your day is just as important to your mental health. So before you pick up the remote control at bedtime, think about this. Kristen says the worst thing we can do if we're having trouble sleeping is turn on the TV.
Those apps with sound sometimes bridge that gap. So for them, it's giving them a sound that is proven to match the neurological waves in your mind, the calm waves, the sleep waves, to get your mind in alignment with your body so that the mind is also falling asleep and getting restful as the body is.
So these apps give you the tools and they guide you, but are they realistic long term?
They're realistic long term in terms of using it as a management tool. It's not going to be your soul healer, no.
And there are a couple of, key things to keep in mind here. One of those is that what works for you, Matt, may not work for me. So it's important to find what feels right for you. Also, keep in mind these apps can sort of serve as just a starting point. But, it's okay if they don't work or if you need a little bit more of an individualized counseling program.
Right. So as you're saying, if they don't work for you, don't give up on finding any mental health. Go see a specialist, find out what you need, because it's important to find that calmness and get that mental health.
Yeah, and it's all about balance, too, especially when we're talking about returning to the office. You just got to get back into that work-life balance.